Is it time to reveal your real magic and become seen, known, and valued? So welcome to this week's Visionary Voices Poetry Dive. I haven't done a poetry dive here for a while. And today the topic is Facing the Frozen One. And so this is based on a poem that I just finished yesterday called Frozen One and put out yesterday. And it's goes very deep and tender into a topic that's very relevant for if you're struggling to put yourself out there and to share your wisdom, and you kind of find yourself freezing in various ways or procrastinating or holding back. So we're going to be going deep with this poetry dive, which I'll share a little bit more about as we go through. But if we haven't met before, if you're new here, welcome to the group. I'm Rena Aiken. I'm a deep dive transformational coach and visibility mentor for visionary leaders, for soulful business owners and creatives, to really help you unlock your voice and share your unique wisdom so you can create the impact that you're here to make. So happy new year. If you have got an intention to show up this year and share more of your wisdom to make your difference in the world, if you're a transformational leader or somebody who's just got that calling to make a difference, sometimes, you might find yourself encountering fear or overwhelm or procrastination when it comes to sharing your gifts. And I get it. I've been there. I've been the shyest person in the world. And the last thing I ever wanted was to stand in front of people. So I had to go on a very deep journey myself to overcome my own huge visibility blocks in life. And it's ongoing. Every time I step up at the next level, there are more layers to encounter. So welcome, and I'd love to hear what your experience is. If you're here watching me live or watching the replay, just type in hello or replay. Hi, Radha, lovely to see you here. And let me know what your experience is of this topic of stepping into visibility and feeling those kind of frozen parts that are not in flow yet when it comes to sharing your wisdom. Because this really helps you to reach your people and find that magnetic place where, I really feel that when we can radiate who we are, we become magnetic to our right people, and we can allow in, those that want to support us and who we can support in our work, and who also want to, support us to create a sustainable practice or business or whatever that is for you as well. So it's really important work. And I really feel that people who've got this urge to make a difference, the visionaries in the world, your voice matters. Our voices are needed to make a difference in the world. So what I'm going to do today, hi Susan, hi Annika, lovely to have you here with us today. So it's going to be a poetry dive on this Frozen One poem that I shared yesterday. And a poetry dive is an energetic experience where I'm inviting us all to experience the words and the energy of the poem at a really deep place, and an energy comes through that calls something deeper into being. And so I just want you to let go of any ideas about that you have to understand it all, or that you have to figure out what the poem means, and just let it wash over you like music. So we're going to be going deep. So I also invite you to just sense that you're energetically taking a place in our circle, and that you're pulling your chair in and feeling that we are huddled together in a beautiful sacred circle together to go on this deep journey. that it's a very safe place. And just take a moment just to come into your own energy, wherever you are. So breathing your awareness down into your heart, down into your belly, down into your hips, and all the way down through your feet into the earth, and just sensing that you can go deep and wide into the earth with your energy, and that you can also expand your energy out into the room to take up space. So just shifting your energy so that you are connected to all of the support and wisdom around you, and deeply connected to your own body, and then sensing the connection between each other in our circle. So I want to start with the poem that will bring us home to ourselves before we go into this even deeper place with the frozen one. So this first poem is called Love After Love by Derek Walcott, and one of my favorite poems. So just breathe and receive. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelves, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. So just breathe and feel your heart opening and flowing. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to the stranger, the frozen one, who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. And now I'm going to call in and call up this frozen one into this space, this loving space that we have created to receive that part of us. I am the frozen one. I live inside you, and I am older than you are. I am the soul cry of your ancestors. I carry what could not be born. I am the burning of the witches. I am the blood of the native ones. I am the scars of the enslaved. I am the wounds of the wisdom keepers. I am the silent scream of women. I have been torn and tortured. I have been reviled and rejected. I have been muzzled and muted. I have been exiled and executed. I have been broken and betrayed. I am the frozen one. Deny me and you remain frozen yourself. Silence me and you stifle your own true voice. Ignore me and distractions fill your days. Abandon me and you'll never truly feel safe. Can you touch my untouchable parts? Can you bear loving witness to my pain? Can you hold my trembling hand? Can you cry the dark well of my tears? Can you face the depth of my rage? I am the frozen one. Do not fear me. I am your guide, your wounded healer, your liberator. I hold the keys to your freedom. My dungeons sit full with treasure. Remember me and reclaim your lost gifts. Your fierce knowing, your timeless wisdom, your unflinching eyes, your fearless voice. Walk through the fire with me and rise rooted once again. I am the frozen one. I live inside you and I am older than you are. I am the soul cry of your ancestors. I carry what could not be born. And so just feel that part of you that's been handed down through the generations, that carries the trauma that could not be endured by ancestors, that might be in your soul memory from other lifetimes. Just feel that presence inside you and know that you can create a space that's deep and wide enough to hold all of that. And the more you are able to hold space for that trauma cage, the more you can melt these parts. And this is what we came to do. This is what we came to do, to heal this ancestry. I am the burning of the witches. I am the blood of the native ones. I am the scars of the enslaved. I am the wounds of the wisdom keepers. I am the silent scream of women. So feel in your own being and body which of these layers wants to come forward to be seen, to be touched. We carry all of them in one way or another through our ancestry. We were all Indigenous people at one time. The persecution of the medicine women and men and wisdom keepers has happened all over the world. Women have been suppressed everywhere, and slavery has been in every culture. So just feel these threads and which one is coming forward to be held. I have been torn and tortured. I have been reviled and rejected. I have been muzzled and muted. I have been exiled and executed. Oh, I have been broken, betrayed. There's a lot here, just allowing whatever is ready to surface in this space and just touching gently on that, recognizing that if you can feel terrified of stepping forward to share your wisdom, there's a reason for that. There's a lot to heal and to hold. We don't have to heal it all, but just be willing to kind of go, okay, that's here. That might need to be named whenever I step up to the next level. That might explain why I'm terrified before or after stepping out in new ways. Let me just bring tenderness, presence, attention to these parts that are in my human body. Even as my soul is stepping forward to bring forth new energies. I am the frozen one. Deny me and you remain frozen yourself. Silence me and you stifle your own true voice. Ignore me and distractions fill your days. Abandon me and you will never feel truly safe. And so this is about, we often need to hold both parts at the same time, to hold the vulnerability, the fear, the terror, as well as the excitement to step forward and share our wisdom. And when we can hold space for that, you know, when we're ignoring it, often our mind will take us off into distractions. We'll find it very hard to do what we're called to do. So sometimes to step forward into showing up and taking up space, we have to have those deep roots into this history and to reclaim the magic that's there. And this is how we generate our own safety. This is so important because when we abandon parts of ourselves, we don't feel safe. But when we can say, I see you, I understand why it's scary, let me hold your hand. You know, everything softens and we create our own safety that we need to show up. Beautiful, authentic new ways. Can you touch my untouchable parts? Can you bear loving witness to my pain? Can you hold my trembling hand? Can you cry the dark well of my tears? Can you face the depth of my rage? And so as a transformation leader, which I know that many of you are, when we can touch these parts, when we can hold them and bear loving witness, often that's all that's needed to free up the energy and to reclaim the magic, but just to acknowledge, yes, I'm a human and this is my history. And we're moving beyond that now, and that means facing it and acknowledging it. I am the frozen one. Do not fear me. I am your guide, your wounded healer, your liberator. I hold the keys to your freedom. My dungeons sit full with treasure. So we don't have to judge ourselves for having this stuff This is our guide. This is our pathway to embrace it all, to acknowledge our fullness of who you are with all of this. And that is the path to liberation. So when this stuff comes up, when you're stepping forward to follow your soul's path, that's what you came here to do. There's nothing wrong with you. Your soul came in to this body to clean this stuff up. So don't judge yourself for it. This is the path to mastery, to walk this path of holding and healing. Remember me and reclaim your lost gifts, your fierce knowing, your timeless wisdom, your unflinching eyes, your fearless voice. Walk through the fire with me and rise rooted once again. And to just feel what lost gifts are rising in you. Your fierce knowing, the part of you that was reviled and rejected. You can reclaim your magic as you acknowledge all of this depth. Your unflinching eyes, you can reclaim your truth, the part of you that says, no, that was not okay, and this is not okay. We're doing it differently now. That those days are over. The fierceness, just feel that fierceness, the fire, the rage that's kind of going, that's not happening. Your fearless voice that needs to be recovered from this trauma. Walk through the fire with me and rise rooted in all of who you are, rooted in the magic and the wisdom that got suppressed and buried and dismissed, that needs to be reclaimed, that's calling you. So just breathe, and come back and notice, what are you reclaiming here? And coming back into your body, holding space for all of that. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments here. What got touched, got ignited, got activated during this poetry dive? Just take your time coming back and sharing, acknowledging what you experienced during that. Because these are the roots of the visibility blocks. This is what goes on down there where spirit meets the bone. Where spirit meets the bone. These are the deep, deep roots. Deep pain and grief. I hear you, Radha. So just holding space for that. And I'm doing a workshop on this next week, the Heal the Witch Wound, a 2.5-hour mini retreat where we'll go in and do a deep healing process on that. So I'll share the details. That's next Thursday, the 20th of January, but just holding space for that pain, that grief, and also the courage to hold space for that history, that frozen one. Oh. And just imagine that you're standing in or sitting in the middle of our circle, and that we are surrounded by beings of love who are holding a safe and sacred space for whatever is emerging here. Just feel that you're surrounded by so much love and healing, and you can put those parts of you that are in pain and grief in a sacred healing chamber to really hold space for whatever needs to be held and seen and healed here. You can always do that. Go to that safe place and create your own magical healing chamber with all the healing gifts that need to be there. All the shamans and the medicine people are there that you need. Just feel it, imagine it, and put this frozen one where she or he can be healed. Yeah, Inika, I feel the deep pain and grief and recognize them all in the repetition of my own behavior to myself in the past years. This makes it touchable, and now I can heal all of it. Beautiful, Inika. That's so true. This is exactly it. We repeat this inner dynamic in our own behavior to ourselves. That's so true. And then when we can touch it, it makes sense of why we're acting like this. Why am I neglecting myself? Why am I not doing the things that I know are good for me? Because it's hard to touch this. It's hard to heal this. So that's so beautiful. And so love how you express that, Inika. Susan, the frozen parts melting, crying the deep dark wells. Yeah, holding space for those tears that melt the ice, the tears that melt the frozen ones. And just imagine that we're together, that we're holding hands, that we're holding each other in this circle, and that we're really holding a deep and sacred space for this healing for each other, and that this is time to heal this layer that's coming to the surface. So I know some of you are already coming next week. If you want to go deeper, you can register for the workshop. It's just 47 euros until Monday, and it goes up to 97. Or, just be with what has surfaced for you today, if that's all that you need as well. And be tender to yourself as you integrate this. Give yourself some space to integrate this deep process. Drink lots of water. If you can, rest or go for a walk or get an early night, journal, whatever you need to integrate this, because this is a very deep and tender process. So take care and have a good week. And I hope to see you at the Heal the Witch Wound workshop next week. And if not, go well. I will see you again here soon. And just keep letting me know how you're getting on and how this is touching you. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.